In today's video, I'm going to discuss some modifications made to my 2022 Mercedes Sprinter 3500 XD. After I made the modifications, I took my first boondocking trip in the Sprinter with my motorcycle trailer behind me. This page is about a man that bought his first pickup truck after he retired. He named it the Galaxy. This truck gave him so much capability that he decided to do more with it. So he bought this horse trailer and he wished to convert into an RV so he can travel around the country and enjoy life in a different way. And then he bought this 2022 Mercedes Sprinter 3500 XD that he can convert to VanLife so he can tow his motorcycles in his work trailer to different events around the country. One of my modifications that took me a while to get to was installing this lagoon table on the side of the passenger's bed. It can be moved out of the way completely and stored underneath the bed. The lagoon table up. Now I'm sitting on the passenger side. As you can see, I can push it to the driver's side or push it to the other side of the bed. Adjustable heights. It's pretty good. Attach down there and this end. I could actually travel with the lagoon table in this position so no one rides back there. But I do take it apart and store it beneath the bed. As I move on to installing my external gray tank, I had a problem because I had a rev nut tool, but my rev nut that came with the tool were not the size, the 3/8 inch size that came with the kit. So it took me a while to find the right one and make sure that my tool fit the rev nut. And it is hard to put these things in with the compressor. I recommend you get the one that uses a drill instead. I used my floor jack to hold the tank in place while I fit the straps. I also found out the reason why the kit only came with 3 rev nut bolts is because they expect you to use the 3 tank straps to the inside mount and then the rev nuts on the outside mounts. That's why. The rev nuts are in. Right on this end. Took a while to get them in. There, and one toward the beginning of the tank. This is the tank. Let's see how it goes. Instead of being able to use the regular valves to the gray water valves, I had to go with this electronic valve I've seen someone else use, where from a switch inside I could hit the switch and that solenoid would open, therefore draining the water out of the tank. I have a hose that I use to take the water to the appropriate dumping place. It makes things a lot easier, and if you're standing next to the vehicle, you'll see no tanks or dump valves at all. So it worked out pretty good for me. Got the valve installed. The tank's up. Nice and steady. Took me a minute to get it up because those are condensers, but I created a vent for it up there. Should be good. I was expecting rain in the area, so I had to do all of the exterior stuff I could before I started working on the inside portions of the tank. So I went ahead and installed the gravity field on the outside, but I had to start from the inside because I have my tank inverted, so I had to be pretty high to put it in, and it wound up being this high on the top of the van, but away from those seams. So it looked pretty good, and I could still reach it. The water thing is installed. Looks good. I ran into a time crunch with all the things I had to do before the trip. So this is what I started out with in relation to making my trip, even though I hadn't put the air conditioner hose all the way down yet. But it was worth getting started. Parting the mess. Came here last night, just threw things in. It was late, I was tired. Here's my bed, my toilet, temporary space on the other bed for things, and luggage and everything else. My generator I might use. I haven't looked at it yet, but I just put stuff out of the way, and everything seemed to be okay. I didn't get much footage of my adventure on the way down, but here we are at the campsite in the state forest in Florida. And it's a nice spot. There's only 4 spots available, and all of them are boondocking spots. No power, no electricity, no sewage. So anyway, I towed my motorcycle down on my trailer. I intended to take on a bike week, but because of these roads that went into this place, kind of shortcut my motorcycling down quite a bit. The camping neighborhood leaving. Got a big RV up in here. Motorcycle on the back. You can barely see it moving in there. There you go. This is my camping situation. Wooded. Not much else is around. A lot of privacy. But at nighttime, it's a terror. You can't see anything out here. It's so dark. I don't know if this is a little spot you can put your horse while you're here. I don't know. To my surprise, the campsite included this food storage unit. It's not for trash, it's for placing food in, I guess to keep animals from attacking your tent areas. And then I saw this. I said, great. Looks like at least they have a restroom facility, but wait till you get a little closer look. This is on the facility available here. No running water, but a glorified outhouse basically. For me and the women on one room. And there it is. I'm not gonna show you inside, but it's pretty much a receptacle with no water, just stuff at the bottom. The bottom of the toilet did have a liquid solution, much like you would see in a porta potty. Here are some of the signs for the state park, which I stayed. A little bit of information about the park and how far along it goes. It doesn't tell you about how bad some of the roads are here. This is the road that this camping site is off of. You can see the logging trailers up there. A lot of sands along the way. And that's the area I went and I got stuck in the other day. So as you turn into the site, it'll look like much of an eventful area to be in. But you see the signs and just press on down this road. This is a terrible place to be at nighttime trying to find where you're going. But during the day, lovely area to be in, quiet. The only thing you see coming through sometimes are people on horses. You come down here, see a couple of campsites that says day use area. And that's all I saw when I first came in. And I couldn't really see what I was trying to look for. And then this sign over here says one way, day use area only. And again, there's a little fence down at the end. I didn't know where to go. And a guy named Steve rode up on his motorcycle, asking about it. He was looking for a friend or whatever. And he's the one who helped me find my spot. And what you do, it says keep gate closed. I didn't know that was the area I was supposed to go in. But yeah, right in this area, Steve showed me where to go. And pretty much number 4 is straight ahead and down to the left. And that's where I was staying. Steve had number 1, which is off to the right down that way. But the point is, this is very confusing at nighttime. Even the daytime, you really don't know this is where you're supposed to be. But it's even worse at nighttime. So I love nature, hearing the birds. I saw a hawk early on. Tried to get a closer up on him, he left. So anyway, here we are. And if you look through the trees there, you can see my Sprinter. Kind of glistening in the dark, or in the light now. But at nighttime, that color means you don't see it, pretty much. It blends in really well at nighttime. Even though that wasn't your intention, it does. Come back around through here. There's my campsite number 4. And there we are. I pretty much got it ready for tomorrow's departure, but I'm gonna leave it there for tonight. I had scraped things on my roof last night from the trees going through this off-roading experience back there. So I hope I don't have many scratches, but I heard the trees scrape along the side of it. The information I received did warn me that my campsite was 75% covered with trees. So I had a concern about whether or not my solar panels would have enough. So I bought my generator, and this is the kind of power I was receiving with the generator running and the solar panel still collecting some wattage. So it worked out pretty good using the generator for a short period of time. So I took a little time to work on my Sprinter while I was there. I forgot my Starlink, so I had no connectivity at all. So I did a little work. I finally had time to mess with, find a spot to place my vent for the front of the Sprinter. I finally found the ending location of my air conditioner vent. Leave it right there. That way it won't block any light. A tall person stand up here when they come here. It won't be in their way and in the way of people cooking. So it worked out pretty good. Well, that's my vent. I'm gonna turn it on, give it a try. So I think it looks pretty good where it ended up. I painted the same color as the ceiling on the outer part and the same color as the wall on the part that runs along the wall. I didn't get a chance to film any of the freshwater supply tank, but I was able to put it right inside. You'll see the part coming in from the outside field and making that turn to fill into the jug. But I got to fix that portion because it keeps popping out. I got the microwave back up, even though I didn't get to do all the wallpapering behind it. And also installed a light beneath the microwave so I can shine the light on the countertop. Here's my Lagoon table set up in my business mode with my MacBook Pro and the external drive and everything else in place. I can actually move this thing to the left or right side and can easily move the whole setup to the other side out of my way. I can also use this table from either side of the van as I pointed out before. There's the entrance down that way. It's supposed to be a one-way coming in. There's only 4 spots here. And I just happened to get the last one, which is number 4. Spot's not bad, just that with all the sandy roads coming in here, it's a pain in the butt trying to do off-roading on a go-away. Yeah, it became a real problem. I never go down the road again like that. Here's the back of the Sprinter and my setup. I was pleasantly surprised to see that I can open up both doors with my trailer attached. I'll see how that worked with my enclosed trailer, but for this open one, it did work out quite well for me. Just walk down the road, my campsite, and I'm on the other end to our left back that way. Oh, there's the other guy set up right here. He's even got a tent. This place is hard to see at nighttime. He's at number 1. Oh, there's number 2 right there. But it's nice and quiet. Apparently these stalls are made for horses. Look over there. I have one of these next to my campsite as well. It's a little pen for the horses. I guess that's why it's not so many of them. Pretty nice. As you come around the bend from, I think, number 3, there's my bend right there. It's number 4 over there. Like I said, this is number 3. The folks that was in here left earlier today. Had plenty of place. Had a full-size RV here. I don't know what that is over there. Just extra. That goes to the back gate. And I came in last night when I found out it's right near my camping spot. So there we go. Thank God for it. I got to work on some things. But she's good to go. Slept real comfortably last night. Inside the camping area, there's some kind of storage bin there, fire pit, table for whatever. There's the grill. So it's set. Again, I did a lot of experimentation with power while I was out here. This is what I was getting while I was on my generator, and it stops here once in a while. And this is the power I was generating with the solar panels without the generator going. I'm gonna have to work on this one. And this plumbing was a trial and error. I found out with the type nipple on the water pump was not conducive with the ones I needed for the pipe, the PEX tubing. So I went to clear tubing initially and see how that works. Oh boy, I get a leaky mess here. First with these connections, I fixed those. And there's those 2 hot water heater connectors back there. I don't know if it's from the clamp or from the connector itself. Once I figure that out, I think I'll be done. I think I fixed all my leak, but I wasn't able to test it because I think I may have gotten water accidentally in the water pump and it surged when I tried to plug it in. I'll report more when I get past this problem and get this thing working properly. So a lot of crazy things happened on this road that I was driving around. I have to do a separate video for that. But now I left, heading towards home. An advantage to having this mirror, y'all, is that right now it's set on the right side. Sorry, it's set on the center is the rear, the left is the left side, and the right one is the right side. I got 3 views going right now, so I can see behind this vehicle as if it was straight through. So it makes a big difference for me. Of course, I can see at the front myself. This helps me see everything else. So, just a little sharing with you that this camera system works out pretty well. I'm going to see if I can pull some footage from it to show my off-roading in this Sprinter early on in this trip. I was also able to keep an eye on my motorcycle that was being towed behind me. The last thing I like to share is this is the power being generated by the DC to DC charger from my Sprinter as I was driving along. I used a lot of power because I was using my air conditioner overnight as well as during the day, but it kept up pretty good and I got down this low, but it's doing pretty good. More to come in later videos. Thank you for watching.